Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you my Fabled deck profile. I just finished this deck last night, and I was kind of late when I finished it, so I thought I'd wait till tonight to make the deck profile. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through. It's your basic run-of-the-mill Fabled deck, but I could use some pointers for it. So if you have any tips, just leave a comment, and I'll be sure to take them. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use the basic 3 Grimro. You can discard this card to add a Fable card from your deck to your hand. So it's basically like if Grimro doesn't work out for you, or if you need a different card, just swap out Grimro and you can take any other Fable card from your deck to your hand. Next card, in my opinion, one of the best cards of the deck, Fabled Cerberus. Actually, it's a really good tuner. When you discard it, you can special summon it. So this guy doesn't stay in the graveyard. So he's also a tuner, level 2. Gives you a lot of options. When I use him with my other fables, he's immediately there. Just a really good card. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm thinking about reducing this to 2, 3 Fabled Crews. It's a non-tuner monster, so it's good for synchroing with Cerberus, so I can bring out Gadabi and Unicorn. But when you discard it, you could special summon one level 4 or lower Fable monster from your graveyard, except this card. So it's also good, like I said, it works kind of like Grimro to reuse your options. But if you don't want to discard, just summon it, and you've got that synchro, like I said. We're going to run 2 Fabled Chawas. You could discard a card. This deck is all about discard power, so the more you discard the better, and this card helps with it, because then you could special summon after discarding, and depending on the card you discard, like Cruz or Cerberus, you get more monsters on the field to synchro with it. We'll run 2 Fabled Luries. He's pretty much an adjustment card. If you need to synchro summon for a card but you're off a level, find a way to discard Lurie, and you've got that extra level on your field to help you. We're going to run 1 Ruby Ruda. If your field is blank and you have fables in your hand, put Ruby Ruda on the field, and he'll be your defense until you can discard those fables and swarm the field so you can work on synchroing next turn. We're going to run, I probably should be running 2, but we're going to run 1 Cat Sith at the moment because I've only got 1 of this. When this card's discarded to the graveyard, you can select 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it. Very good. Set off your opponent's strategies. Most of the Fable stuff don't work to destroy. It's just discard and summon. So this card's really good. Once again, I probably should be running 2, but I only have 1, which is also sad for Ganasha. When he's discarded, you could special summon him, so he's kind of like Cerberus, except he's not a tuner. And he gains 200, making him 18, so a good powerhouse right there. And then he's removed from play, so that's the only bad thing. I'm thinking about taking him out, Fabled Kushana. I've tried all my practice duels today. I haven't really used him much. Pretty much just sat in the graveyard. So let me know what you think about that too. If I should keep Kushana or should I swap him out for something. Basically, you discard 1 Fable monster in the graveyard except Kushana and add it from your graveyard to your hand. Now, this is another thing I wanted your opinion about. I'm going to run 3 Tricky. I'm thinking about swapping Tricky out and instead putting in Reborn Tengu. The only thing I like about Tricky is he's the discard power, and he's got 2,000 attack. So I discard him, save first turn. I've got him and Cerberus in my hand. Discard Cerberus, special summon him. I bring Cerberus out on the field, and I've got Black Rose right there on the first turn. But let me know what you think. Should I keep Tricky or should I swap him out for Tengu? 1 Snipe Hunter for discard power, and he can destroy your opponent's monsters with the roll of a dice. Morphing Jar, replenish your hand, and when you discard the cards in your hand, you pretty much can summon fables if that's what you got. And that's it for the monster cards. Next we'll move on to spells. 2 Pot of Avarice, because trust me, your hand is going to die when you use this deck, and your deck, because you're doing lots of draws, lots of discards. So to get those Fable back, you're going to want to use those 2 Avarice. And here's why. For example, card destruction. Discard your hand and draw cards, along with Morphing Jar. This card right here, but when you discard, like I said, with Morphing Jar, special summon. This card we're also going to use is Dark World Lightning. You can destroy one of your opponent's set cards. All you got to do is discard, but like I said, there's that discard power. And I haven't really seen people run this, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Lightning Vortex. If your opponent likes to swarm cards on the field, discard a card, destroy them all. And with Fables, discard means summon, so that's really good. Monster Reincarnation, discard a card to get a monster in your hand, and reuse some of the combos you like. And then the basics, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Nobleman of Crossout, 1 Giant Trunade, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Dark Hole. Next we're going to do traps. 3 Raigeki breaks. This will basically destroy your opponent, also giving you that draw power. You discard a card, you can destroy one of their cards, 1 card on the field. So that's really nice. Mess them up while helping yourself at the same time. I'm probably thinking about switching these to Fiendish Chains, but for now, 2 Shadow Spell to basically stall your opponent until you can get enough Fables on the field to do what you want. 1 Torrential Tribute, Call the Haunted, and Negate Attack. That's it for the traps. Next we move on to the extra deck. 2 Fable Reagans. Pretty much draw power. Level 5, so it's not that hard to get out. When you get him out, you draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. So when you get Reagan out, make sure your hand is clear so you can replenish. Fable Valkyrus, discard 1 Fiend to draw a card. Leviathan, he lets you take 3 Fables in your graveyard and out of your hand. It's just a little difficult to summon him because he's level 10. We'll run Gudabi and Fable Unicorn. Pretty easy to summon, both level 4. And then we're also going to run a Formula Synchron. It works good with Luri and Shawa. Stardust Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Mistworm, Decisive Armor, and Shooting Star Dragon. So that's it for the extra deck. And that pretty much covers the whole Fabled deck. So yeah, give me your opinions. I really appreciate tips with this deck. Leave comments down below. This deck always has room for improvement. And thanks for watching. That's it for the deck profile. Please subscribe. I appreciate it. And Kira Twig out.